Alright, today we're learning one-step equations that contain decimals. So we've been doing decimals the last few days, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And now we are going to solve for a variable using decimals. So the first thing is we look to the side with the variable. And we look at the constant. The constant is being subtracted. So we are going to add 2.75 to both sides because we want to do the opposite. That cancels these opposites out to 0. We bring the n down, and then we do 8.3 plus 275.75, and we get 11.05. Now, when we do the adding 2.75, that's actually called the addition property of equality. So I'll put that there for you so you know the technical term. So the next one, we look, side with the variable, look at our constant, 32.66 is being added. So the opposite of adding is to subtract. So we're going to subtract 32.66 from both sides. When we do that, these opposites cancel and we bring our a straight down, and when we subtract, we get 9.34. Now because we subtracted, this is called the subtraction property of equality. That's pretty easy to figure out, right? Okay, the next one, we see a fraction, so we are going to be dividing, that shows dividing, so we are going to be multiplying to do the opposite. And we're going to look at the constant, which is 4.8, so we're going to multiply both sides by 4.8 because that's the opposite. And that cancels these 4.8s and leaves us with just x. And then 5.4 times 4.8, when you use your calculator, you get 25.92. And because we multiplied to undo, it's the multiplication property of equality. Okay, the next one, 9 equals 3.6d. Okay, so we have a coefficient with a variable, which means those two are being multiplied. And to do undo multiplication, we have to divide. So we divide both sides by the coefficient, which is 3.6. 3.6. And when you use your calculator, you get 9 over 3.6. Supposedly. I don't know why they put this in there. And you get 2.5. So if you were to just put this in your calculator, you would get 2.5 for an answer because these cancel, and you have 9 divided by 3.6. And because we were dividing, this is the division property of equality. The division property of equality undoes the multiplication. A board game box is 2.5 inches tall. A toy store has shelving space measuring 15 inches vertically in which to store the boxes. How many boxes can be stacked in the space? So, understanding the problem, rewrite the question as a statement. Find the number of boxes that can be placed on the shelf. List the important information. Each board game is 2.5 inches tall. We need to know that. And the store has shelving space measuring 15 inches. So that's the information we know, and that's the information we're going to use to see how many boxes we can stack on that shelf. So we're going to make a plan. The total height of the boxes is equal to the height of one box times the number of boxes. So, since you know how tall the shelf is, you can write an equation, with b being the number of boxes. So, 2.5 inches times the number of boxes is what we need to have equal 15. We're looking for b, okay? When we multiply b times 2.5, we should get 15. to see how many boxes can fit on that shelf. So, there is a coefficient with a variable which shows multiplication. To do undo multiplication, we divide by the coefficient. So we're going to divide by 2.5. These cancel, and we bring our b straight down. They messed up on this. This should be 15 right here. Okay. And when we divide 15 by 2.5, we get 6. So we are going to divide to isolate or get b all by itself. So 6 boxes can be stacked in the space. You can round 2.5 to 3 and estimate how many boxes will fit on the shelf. 15 divided by 3 is 5, so 6 boxes is a reasonable answer. Just make sure that on this part right here, you change that to a 15 because they messed that up on they didn't catch that in the editing. So do your check it out problems, and then you can start.